Global Times, 10th of November 2022, at the China Airshow, China debuts a sophisticated space monitoring radar. At this year's Airshow, China, the top radar manufacturer in China, displayed a massive space surveillance radar that is regarded as the most powerful radar. It stands roughly 10 meters tall and has drawn considerable attention from military fans and foreign tourists. The SLC-18 Space Surveillance Active Phased Array Radar, created by the No. 14 Research Institute of CETC, China Electronics Technology Group Corp, was displayed for the first time, standing out in the pavilion and distinguishable for its enormous and beautiful array of antennas. As low Earth orbit, LEO, satellite technology advanced, satellites primarily employed for data collection and war reconnaissance progressively evolved into essential tools for modern, powerful nations to gather foreign intelligence. These satellites can carry out intense, 360-degree, and all-factor hotspot surveillance thanks to their powerful capability, small size, and adaptable orbits. According to the No. 14 Research Institute, the radar can find, track, calculate, catalog, and forecast space targets like LEO satellites and gather information on multiple targets for tracking and measurement. It is mainly employed for tracking space targets. According to Sun Lei, Deputy General Manager of CETC Group, movements of sensitive equipment or deployments on the ground in many countries frequently require deliberate maneuvering to avoid the transit time of satellites or take countermeasures to interfere with satellite signals to protect against the prying eyes of other countries' satellites. Knowing when a satellite is in transit is the foundation for all of this. Still, for most developing nations, it is difficult and expensive to create the capability to watch space targets. They had previously purchased expensive and frequently out-of-date in-orbit satellite data from wealthy countries, which made it challenging to find first-hand knowledge, according to Sun. Sun asserts that space target tracking is the primary application of the SLC-18 radar, a P-band solid-state active phased array radar. It can find and seize LEO satellites and other space objects and gather data on multiple targets for tracking and assessment. The US has pushed LEO reconnaissance satellite constellations in recent years. They frequently consist of hundreds of little satellites rather than just a few pricey ones. For instance, the Pentagon's proposed NDSA Defense Space Architecture Layered Orbit Satellite Constellation consists of several satellites moving in various orbits. The U.S. military intends to launch up to 100 satellites in the next 5 years. The space monitoring system must be able to quickly monitor and identify objects to handle the increased challenges brought on by the frequent launching of LEO satellites, which poses new technical difficulties. The SLC-18 radar can identify and categorize satellites to create a radar database, which may be used to direct other equipment to react appropriately. It can also detect satellites from a distance. According to Sun, it can also transmit satellite data to the command center to aid in decision-making. Wide area detection capabilities of the SLC-18 enable speedy acquisition of a satellite's orbit and database entry of the orbital data. According to the orbital features, it can immediately identify whether it is a new type of satellite and its primary use through comparative study. He pointed out that the radar's exceptional benefits include its ability to identify LEO targets in a variety of airspace and cover many LEO satellite targets, as well as its all-weather, all-time, multi-target, colossal power, and extensive search areas. The SLC-18 radar can fully complete the comprehensive monitoring of satellite and survey space targets, according to information provided by the Institute to the Global Times. Additionally, it has perfect measuring precision. A satellite's overhead transit forecast based on radar tracking data can be produced by orbit determination, giving decision-makers on the ground adequate time to prepare countermeasures. According to Sun, the radar is entirely built in China, from chip production to manufacturing, and it also uses a modular design, allowing it to extend its capabilities as necessary. This suggests that China's radar development has advanced to a new level. In the past, conducting space target surveillance required a mighty military power with strong technical capabilities and solid economic and industrial foundations. It was challenging for developing nations to have such abilities, but China is currently climbing up the value chain. According to Sun, the Belt and Road Initiative can benefit from the SLC-18 radar's relatively inexpensive ground-based space target monitoring, which also offers situational awareness for LEO satellites.